Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Hart. Ken is off today, and I wanted to let you know that today is Thursday, November 8th, and it's also National Cappuccino Day. Traditionally prepared with espresso, hot milk, and steamed milk foam, a cappuccino is an Italian coffee drink. The word cappuccino comes from the Capuchin friars and is a diminutive form of cappuccio in Italian, meaning hood or something that covers the head. The popular coffee beverage got its name from the color of the hooded robes that the friars wore. So just a little tidbit of information for you today. Oh, there's our cappuccino right there. Wish I had one right now. And then next is the friar's robe. So, you know, it kind of looks the same, a little brown. Anyway, other than that, today on our show, we have Beginnings Treatment Center, we have Robert's Rules, Capistrano Toyota, who's also on with JDRF Foundation, Valenza Chocolatiers, which is 150 years of Italian chocolate in the making. And then today's meetings, we have the Third Mutual Garden Villa Association meeting, which will be in Clubhouse 5, Room 1, and that is from 10 to 12. We have Mutual 50 Agenda Workshop. That'll be in the Towers Boardroom, and that's from 10 to 11:30. Then we have the GRF Community Activities Committee meeting. That is in the boardroom, and that's from 1:30 to 4:30. Well, again, our weather looks about the same as last week. Very pleasant with temperatures in the 70s and 80s all week, and the lows are about in the 50s. So we've got 79, 55 for Thursday, 82, 50 on Friday. Saturday, we have 78, 50 with warm offshore mild wind. Sunday, sunny and mild, 77, 51. And then Monday, also sunny and mild, 78 and 52. So it seems like each week is sort of duplicating the last. Then around town, we have North Orange County is about 81. Beaches is going to be 77. South OC is 84. San Diego a nice 76. Inland OC 80, and our foothills is 80. And boy, look at Big Bear. It dropped quite a bit. At 49 is the high and 25 is low. They might just be able to start making some snow. And then Palm Springs a pleasant 81 with a low 59. A bit warmer for the next few days with mild offshore winds. Haven't seen them quite yet. So stay tuned. We have a really great show coming up. We'll be right back.
As a professional licensed realtor, you have worked countless hours to ensure your reputation is the best. Your clients know they can trust your judgment, that you'll be around when they need you, and that you will deliver what you promise. In escrow, one company has set that same standard for excellence. Escrow Options Group offers more than just outstanding escrow services. White glove concierge services, wire and fraud protection, custom estimates, and more at no extra charge. Choose the company that mirrors your professionalism. Escrow Options Group. Experience a better option of escrow services.
Through my window, I see the first sunlight, and I feel the warm ocean breeze. I see the waves that lulled me all night. That's what my window brings me.
Look at this.
That view is $1 million.
It's amazing we can look at these kinds of places within our budget.
You don't have a bad view from here anywhere you look.
It's all about the view. Sunday night is beach night. Sunday night at 8, only on HGTV.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 40 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make new friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit our office at Clubhouse 4 or anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
I did whatever I felt I had to in order to feed my addiction. I couldn't fight it anymore, but I didn't know how to stop. When I hit bottom, my family intervened and found Beginnings Treatment Centers. Today I'm not a slave to my addiction. I have my family and my life back. I hope and pray that if you or a loved one needs help, that you make the call like I did.
Welcome back. I have the Beginnings Treatment Centers with me, and we have Tom Namat and Joe Milligan, who are going to talk to us a little bit about some estate planning and some other things that you have to take into consideration. Welcome, both of you.
Very nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
So let's start with you, Joe. Tell me a little bit about the treatment centers and what they provide.
Well, Beginnings Treatment Centers is a comprehensive dual diagnosis addiction treatment center here in Orange County.
Okay.
We have all levels of care from detox through outpatient, and we deal with a complex mix of addiction and mental health issues within our treatment centers.
Okay.
And we've been doing this for quite some time. Tom is my business partner. I'm the Chief Communications Officer with the company.
Okay.
Tom is our CEO, and Tom is by his trade an estate planning attorney.
Okay.
And we've talked quite a bit about the, I was on here before with Ken, and we talked a bit about the addiction crisis, the opioid addiction epidemic that's going on in this country right now.
Right.
There's a lot of talk about that.
Yes.
But I wanted to come here today with Tom to talk about something that's been somewhat overlooked. And that's in when somebody comes to us, when a family of means has somebody suffering from the disease of addiction, and it is a catastrophic and deadly and painful disease by any measure. They don't come to us first. They go to their professionals. They go to their lawyers, their doctors. They find out, what can we do about this? And one of the things that's come up with us is how to responsibly care for and help your loved one while protecting the family finances. We've worked hard for what we have, and we don't want Johnny to, just lose it all.
Right, right. Well, that's a really good point, because when you, like you said, if they're using drugs, then they're probably not being responsible.
Right.
So how do they get protected? So that's a really good point.
Right. So
Great.
we'll go over some of the details of methods and strategies that the families can use and how they can be proactive regarding this issue.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So family planning, what are some of the things that the loved ones can do?
So my experience as an estate planning attorney, I've been practicing for over 10 years now.
Okay.
And one of the items in our questionnaire we always ask is there a substance abuse or a mental health issue with one of the beneficiaries?
Okay.
And the reason that's an important question is because it affects the planning. In general, people don't want to make their planning too complex. So in estate planning, we choose a trustee who will step in when we're no longer here to administer our trust and make sure that our children receive the assets that we've worked hard to earn. But what happens when there's an addiction or a mental health issue where that this beneficiary is vulnerable and that they might not be making the right decisions? So there's a few action steps that we recommend with the clients that we meet. And this is outside of the treatment center. So this would be in my private practice, where we would advise the families regarding what are some of these action steps. Now, as far as the treatment center, that's where we actually do the treatment. So if we have clients who are referred to us by other estate planning attorneys or whoever else refers them to us, then our team is aware that they have to talk with the family and they have to get the families involved, because the family planning from a treatment side is also very important.
Right.
If you just treat the client and they go back home to a faulty environment, then they're not going to succeed.
I see.
So I will go over a few items that I think would be beneficial for the families to consider in order to enhance and increase the probability of success for their children in treatment, whether they're here and they're alive, or even in the event that they pass away, and they want to make sure that the person that's the trustee and handling their estate has the roadmap within the trust and the estate planning documents to make sure that that happens.
Okay, so when you first started to talk, I thought you were actually going to be talking about the individual that was coming for treatment, that they were the ones that needed the planning, but you're actually referring to the beneficiaries, that there could be some they might have the addiction. So how do you actually address the family with that kind of concern?
Well, it's not so much about the family having the addiction. It's about the family wanting to help and wanting to protect their future and the future of the other members of the family.
Gotcha.
From the obvious and devastating financial consequences of addiction.
Okay, got it. All right, good.
And to go over a few action steps, if we want to go over, the existing state of estate planning, and there's estate planning is a specialized field where it's not something where every lawyer can do, right? So the lawyers who practice within Orange County, right now we're in Orange County, so we can focus on that. Most of them are very well experienced and very knowledgeable, but I don't know how many would also be in a position where they're running a treatment center, they have experience within a treatment center component. So what I've been able to do is essentially combine these two different areas where you would normally think, why would an estate planning attorney have to do in the addiction field, or why would somebody in the addiction field have to do anything with estate planning?
Right.
I've had the experience on both sides. So, I've worked with our clinical team, and I've worked with our, kind of interventionists who work with the families, and I've understood the pain there. Okay. So it hasn't been just a meeting with a client who and distanced from the actual situation. And I've had that meeting as well, where you're just sitting right there with the family members, and they don't want to talk about all the pain when they're in the estate planning meeting, but you still have to kind of probe those questions.
Okay.
And what I've suggested to them is, there's 2 or 3 really fundamental issues that affect somebody's recovery, and one of them is this idea of leverage. And in leverage, there's a pilots program where people who are pilots or people who are airline attendants have had a very, very high success rate. I believe over 80 or 90% success rate in recovery, and that's because they have a license to keep, and that's essentially their livelihood.
Okay.
And because of that, and because of the way that program's designed, with monitoring, with a compliance standard, with a lot of third-party intervention tools, that's been a very successful program.
Okay.
So then we thought, well, how do you apply that to a normal situation? And it's very difficult to do with just an average client, right? Let's say, a 25-year-old who, let's say, was doing well in school, but then they faced some hard times, they fell into addiction, and they don't have any really incentive other than just staying sober. And I know that would seem like incentive enough, but a lot of times it isn't.
Right.
How do you put planning together to create that leverage?
Okay.
And one recommendation we have is for the trust, for the family member to put language in their trust where the trustee who takes over from them has the ability to do a few things. One is to have a team of interventionists, a clinical team, psychologists or psychiatrists, who will then kind of step in as a buffer between that trustee and that beneficiary. Because what you don't want the trustee to be the bad guy, right?
Right.
You don't want to create a problem between the person who's supposed to be distributing the funds and also providing care. So you want to create that buffer and have a team in place. That's one strategy.
Okay.
And there's a few other things if you'd want to, I can explain.
Well,
a little bit.
I would love to, but we don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
But
There's just two quick ones.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And the other one is creating a roadmap within the trust documents of testing and treatment episodes and things where there's a beneficiary distributions that are tied to what we call spendthrift and discretionary provisions. So those discretionary provisions will enable that trustee to withhold making those distributions until they have a certain amount of time sober, until they have certain monitoring standards, and that way they can ensure that there's an enhanced chance of recovery.
Okay, all right, well, very good.
And this is not an insignificant issue. Tom and I went and spoke to a group of estate planning professionals up in Sacramento a few months ago, just to bring this up, and we asked, is this affecting your practice? And how many raised their hands? 90%? Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is something that's going on, and people really aren't talking about it because this is not something you talk about at the PTA or at the country club.
Right.
But it does come up.
Yeah.
And we can provide a resource for other estate planning professionals that they may not have.
Yeah.
A way to deal with these things in their practices because it is happening in their practices. We'd like them to know that.
Okay, well, excellent. Now, so if someone wants information, we have a phone number for them to be able to call regarding this or your treatment center. It'd be 888-381-6994, or they can email you at info@beginningstreatment.com or go to your website, beginningstreatment.com.
Yes.
Right? Well, thank you so much for both of you
Very
being
nice
on.
to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you too.
Thank you.
All right. And don't forget that if you need any information, don't forget to call that number or go to beginningstreatment.com. We'll be right back after this.
Many people keep the same Medicare health plan for years without questioning whether it's still the right plan. It's always beneficial to review your plan, and now is your chance. The Medicare annual election period, October 15th through December 7th, is the one time a year you can sign up, change, or disenroll from a Medicare health plan. Call me for a free consultation or come meet me every Wednesday during the enrollment period at the Regency Laguna Woods to find the plan that's right for you.
I'm coming for you, Cancer. With California Protons, I now have the technology and expertise to fight with unmatched precision. I'll zero in and wear you down with radiation, millimeter by millimeter. You won't weaken me. I'll spare my tissues and protect myself against future threats. Cancer, you're history. I'm looking to the future.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Cart here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
If you have Medicare, you got to get Alignment Health Plan's Black Card. It's a member-only benefit, unlike anything I've ever seen, giving you access to one-on-one health support any time of day or night. Need to schedule an appointment or need it right there? They'll take care of it. Now you can talk to a doctor 24 hours a day. Call them and get a card of your own, and all the benefits you deserve, too.
At family-owned Capistrano Toyota, I've been teaching my staff for years that we always say yes to our customers.
Can you help me get financed?
Yes, we can help.
Will you walk my dog?
Yes.
Will you change our baby's diapers?
Yes, of course.
But they may be taking this yes thing a little bit too far. Come and see for yourself that at Capistrano Toyota, we always say yes to our customers.
Welcome back. Today in studio, I have Marie Faith, who's with Capistrano Toyota, and then we have Michelle Popoff, who's here with the JDRF Foundation. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So interesting that we're having you on together, but there is a marriage here of some kind. And so why don't we start with you, Marie, and you tell me a little bit about kind of how this all came about.
Well, yes. We at Capistrano Toyota, it's a family-owned dealership. We are giving back for the month of November to JDRF on behalf of our daughter. Our daughter Mackenzie is 4 years old, and she was diagnosed with type 1 at 2.5 years old, just about 2 years ago.
Okay, shock.
It was definitely a shock. We have no family history of type 1, and which for a lot of people there aren't. It's an autoimmune disease, and it's often, you're just diagnosed at all ages. It's not just as a child anymore.
Right.
And so it was life-changing.
So tell me how it did change your life.
Oh, in many ways. We had a 1.5-year-old at home at the time and a 4-year-old, and it changes your entire life. Between checking blood sugars all hours of the night to having to count and monitor every single bite of food that goes into her. It's very time consuming and very stressful, along with just trying to let them be a normal child.
Right, well, and even to, like you said, you have multiple children in the home to try and give them the love and care that they need as well. So
yes, it affects the whole family. Type 1 is something that will affect everyone in the family.
Okay, all right. And then how are you working with them to help them?
We are so grateful to the Hogan family and to Capistrano Toyota. They've been fantastic supporters of ours since Mackenzie was diagnosed. We often say this T1D community is one of those clubs that nobody wants to be a part of, but it's got the most amazing, wonderful people in it. And so Marie and Roger and their family have just been the most outstanding supporters. They've been big supporters of our gala event for the last few years, and this year Marie is actually one of our co-chairs of our upcoming gala in March. They've donated a car the last couple of years that we've been able to raffle off. So the dealership and the family has just been exceedingly generous, and we're so grateful.
So tell me a little about JDRF. I've heard a lot about it, and the organization's been around for some time. So what are some highlights and maybe some challenges that you're having?
Sure. So JDRF was founded in 1970 by parents of kids who had type 1 diabetes, and their sole mission was to find a cure for type 1. So we are focused on the curing, preventing, and treating type 1 diabetes and its complications. So we do a lot of fundraising through different events throughout the year. And last year, since 1970, we've funded over $2 billion in research. We're the leading global organization funding type 1 diabetes research.
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. And you know, the statistics where we talk to various doctors that talk about type 1 and type 2 and what the differences are. But some of the statistics are quite alarming when it comes to type 1, which I'm very surprised.
They are. It's, you know, there's about 30 million people or so in the U.S. with some form of diabetes. About 1.5 million have type 1 diabetes. And we're estimating that by 2050, that number will be 5 million. Wow. So it's increasing at a pretty alarming rate. And
what are some of the technologies that you're excited about that you're seeing some good stuff happen?
Technology has come leaps and bounds in the last 10, 20 years. It's a different world living with type 1 now than it was back then. So we now have a wide variety of insulin pumps. We have continuous glucose monitors, which provide a lot of peace of mind, especially for parents and for anybody living with type 1. And in those overnight hours when there's that tremendous fear of having low blood sugars, which, you know, are very, very dangerous. And now they're combining insulin pumps and continuous glucose monitors in a technology called artificial pancreas. So this is a device that where these pumps and CGMs, continuous glucose monitors, speak to one another and with an algorithm and help control blood sugar throughout the day and night.
We're bringing on your daughter. What is her name again?
This is Mackenzie.
This is Mackenzie. And how old are you? You're 4. What a big girl. One thing I wanted to do is I wanted to point out what's on her arms.
So this is her continuous glucose monitor. So this gives me up-to-date blood sugar levels and readings. It reads every 5 minutes and it sends it to her device, which then sends it to mine. So she can be at preschool just like a normal child, and I can be monitoring her from wherever I'm at with my phone.
This is a pretty new situation, right?
How long has it been? Since like the early mid-2000s.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I heard about Patch.
Young.
Yeah, this is the newest model. So this is the Dexcom G6.
Okay.
And then the other thing she's on, and it's on her leg, so it's a little hard to see, but she's on a
you see everybody everywhere.
Is she's also on an insulin pump, which allows us to deliver her insulin without having to use needles. And
that's
she went on an insulin pump last January, and before that we were looking at probably 6 to 8 needle injections a day.
Oh gosh, that's hard.
It's very hard.
But this is much better now.
This is, and that's what, thanks to JDRF and the advancements, you know, it allows her to be just a healthy, normal child.
Having fun at 4 years old. Are you in preschool yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Well, wait, before we go, I want to talk about the gala. That's going to be in March, right?
Yes, the gala is going to be March 9th at the Ritz-Carlton.
All right.
That's where my birthday is.
It's around your birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And it's a wonderful night. This year our theme is Unmasking a Cure. So it's going to be a beautiful night filled with ball gowns and people giving back, and with a wonderful theme this year.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yes. That is great. And if anybody wants any information about the gala or anything about JDRF, what is the website that they should go ahead and go to?
They can go to www.jdrf.org.
Okay, super easy.
Orange County.
All right,
that'll
great.
Take them to our website, and they can find out all the information, our phone number, they can call us anytime.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you both for being on. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank you for being on. You're
you.
a great little guest. And you're welcome. All right, and if you want any information about JDRF or Capistrano Toyota, you can always go to their website. We'll be right back after this.
all know there's no place like home. You want to stay in your own home, but day-to-day tasks are getting more difficult to manage. Acticare is the solution. We are the trusted care partner in your community with 5-star reviews. You've taken care of others all your life. Now is the time to let us help you. In-home care is a safe and effective way to help you remain living independently in the comfort of your own home.
Acticare, responsive in-home care. Your first day is free.
I hope you have a great day today.
Oh, I expect it.
There's your meals, and we'll see you later.
Thank you very much for coming.
Bye-bye.
This is Age Well Senior Services. Won't you make it yours?
Hello, Laguna Woods. My name is Rick Bradford, and I am the pastor of Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. I would like to invite you to join your friends and neighbors right here in Clubhouse 5 every Sunday as we worship, as we enjoy a free breakfast, and as we learn from our pastor, Rick Warren, the author of the best-selling book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Please be assured that you will be warmly welcomed at either our 9 or 11 a.m. service. I look forward to meeting you personally.
I choose to make friends out of neighbors.
I choose to start a new chapter.
I choose to live an active lifestyle.
Choose to experience the good life at Villa Valencia. Call or visit us today.
Welcome back. I have a treat for you today, and that, no pun intended. 150 plus years in the making, Italian chocolate and chocolatiers, Valenza chocolatiers, Amy Jo Padoni is here with me today. Nice to have you on.
Oh, it's good to see
and
you.
We go way back, like what, 5 or 6 years. I had interviewed you before, and you've come such a long way. With awards and different kinds of chocolates that we're going to talk about. So welcome.
Well, thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about Valenza and sort of how it came about.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a career in commercial real estate lending for about 15 years, and I had that kind of moment in life that a lot of us have experienced, and my cousin had passed away of ovarian cancer, and she was 37 at the time, and it really brought me pretty much down to my core. And after going through some stuff with our family, and I kind of stepped back and evaluated my own life and realized, well, what am I doing? And those like, I have to say, if cancer gave me a gift in this whole process, is that, my cousin gave me that outlook of, you can't have any regrets. You have to figure out what your passion is. You get one chance in this life, and you better make the best of it.
Right.
And so I took that to heart. And so I was like, well, what are my passions? Like, you go to school, you get your job, you get married, you start this whole path that you're supposed to be on. And so I really stepped back from it all and basically was like, what is my passion? I had no idea. And so my mom always did turtles and chocolate covered cherries at the holiday times. And so Valenza is my maiden name.
Okay.
And so I'm half Sicilian, or Italian.
Okay.
I just say Sicilian because there's a thing.
There is a thing. I say Italian, but I'm supposed to say Sicilian.
I know. And so I basically was like, well, how could I sell my mom's turtles? Or how, I love, there's something about, making something and having somebody, the reaction, and that fueled me. And so on the Valenza side, my grandma was a cook by trade. When they came over from Sicily, they had bakeries. So we always did the Italian cookies at Christmas. So I kind of had these two different passions.
Right.
And so I actually had found, my husband came home one day and I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna be a chocolatier. I think that's my passion. And he was just like,
what?
You have never done this, Yeah. The only commercial kitchen I've ever been in is in bartending in college, and I don't think that counts,
Yeah, well, but now look at the array of things that you've actually evolved into.
So I went back to school, and I'm actually a certified master chocolatier.
Okay.
And then I decided that I was going to marry my two passions. So I took. Basically everything has an Italian ingredient or their old family recipe. So it's Italian-inspired artisan chocolates and confections.
Right.
I use a single bean origin fair trade chocolate out of Venezuela, very high-end fine chocolate, with no additives and preservatives. But the collection, so I do bonbons, bars, and confections. And of those, different recipes, I've taken old family cookie recipes, which, we can talk about, and made them into different flavors. When I trained in Italy, very specific pieces you'll find throughout Italy I have brought back here to Orange County and make. And so basically it's taken me on this path of, I get to live my passion, and I know it, and I get to make an impact in people's lives just by their when people don't know my name and then they realize, they're like, oh, the chocolate lady.
The chocolate lady. She is the chocolate lady. And you know what? And another thing that you also bring from Italy is you bring the molds that you make these too.
Yes, absolutely. So as we know, throughout Europe, it's obviously known for their chocolates and, throughout Europe. But yes, there are specific manufacturers of different molds that I do source, and I also source specific ingredients as well.
Okay.
So, for example, the hazelnuts are from the Piedmont region of Italy, or those are their gold. So I import those. Different salts, pistachios, so different things, to truly have that authentic.
Right. Well, you have to have knowledge, but you certainly do, to be able to pull this off. Now, we were lucky enough yesterday to go out to the lab and hang out with Amy Jo, and she showed us how to make a few of these items. So we're gonna show that while you and I talk about it. So we started off with these adorable little assortments, and what were these called?
So it's the Gucci Daddy truffle. So basically, I've taken, we make a ganache, and the Gucci Daddy cookie is in a Sicilian cookie that's a fig cookie. And so I've taken the inside of that filling and have made that into a ganache. So as you see here, we have the ganache, and we're basically going to cut it to then basically make little, as we know, truffles are more of a ball, and then you roll them in cocoa powder to look like the actual mushroom. So here we're basically going ahead and we're taking that ganache and we're making it into little pieces to then proceed to dip.
Look at my gloves compared to hers. I'm like rolling in the chocolate.
You did good, Lisa.
I did okay.
Yeah.
I did okay.
So I mean, and anybody can do these at home. You can take a basic ganache recipe. You want to make it, probably 24 hours ahead because you need it to sit, and then you can go ahead and make them. So here we're basically, sometimes you just take the ganache and you just roll it into, your cocoa powder, or, sometimes people do nuts and coconut. But I do a thin layer of chocolate over the ganache to actually keep it from drying out.
Okay.
Because I know that we're not going to have them right away.
Okay.
So as you can see, this is kind of like a fun little, I call it pinball. So we're just doing a thin layer of chocolate over it. As you can see, I'm telling Lisa.
Lisa's playing in the mud.
Yeah, make sure you stay over your bowl so you don't create a mess. And then we're actually rolling it in a pure cocoa powder, which you can obviously find in any of your local stores. And then, like I said, it's kind of like pinball. So you just want to roll it through it, and it's as simple as that.
Right. And then the end, though. So before there's our little chocolate balls, and then you put what was that stuff you put on top?
Oh yeah. So you'll see. So you'll see as we move forward the process. It's a little bit of an iridescent gold powder. So we actually want to sieve the truffles first, and that'll get rid of all that extra cocoa powder, so you don't have it on your fingers when you go ahead and enjoy it, or you plate it for your guests.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And then you can see on the in there they've got the coloring, or the what is it again?
Yeah, it's like an iridescent. It's
oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah,
okay.
It's like an iridescent powder.
Okay.
That it's from gold, and these are all edible.
Right.
You know, in the pastry world.
Okay. And then you said that ganache though can be any flavor.
Yes, absolutely. You can actually just Google just a normal chocolate ganache recipe, and it's really just a 1 part to 2 part, depending on the type of chocolate, your fat in your chocolate. But you can steep the cream in. You can put coffee in it. You could put different teas and then strain it. You can add different spices and when you're making it, it's very, very simple.
Okay, excellent. So now what we're showing is these beautiful, you tell me what they are.
So at Easter I do filled Easter eggs. It's a traditional thing throughout Italy that chocolatiers do. And so what I've done now for the fall, I'm doing the pumpkin. And what we're doing here is we decorated the exterior, which actually you start decorating the interior of the shell first, and then you're pouring out the shell to then make.
It's just amazing the colors. I can't.
Yeah.
Tell me about the process again.
Yeah, it's a specific cocoa butter that chocolatiers use, and so you're going to paint the molds first, pour the chocolate in, then we let it sit quick, harden in the refrigerator quick, and then they pop out. And then I fill them. So that's kind of, so basically you get to carve your pumpkin and it's chocolate inside.
Stuff inside instead of seeds and string.
Yeah, exactly. it's a little more fun to carve.
Oh my gosh! And we have one here that is just beautiful. The way she has packaged it up, and then there's this one that is a base of gold with all these beautiful colors, and then of course all of her other fantastic yummy things. She has the bars, and which one is this?
So that's the bourbon bar, which I know you love.
Oh, bourbon bar. Oh, Ken will want this one. No, Ken, it's mine. And then the turtles, which are my favorite. And I think just because when I was young, we bought them and they were delicious. Of course, I didn't know you then. Too bad.
And then I have so my collection rotates seasonally. Yeah. So this is a harvest collection. So I have like tiramisu, pumpkin spice, caramel, espresso, and then gianduja is a traditional hazelnut chocolate.
Oh, okay.
From the northern Italy region. So you'll see.
And is this pumpkin spice?
Yes.
Oh, that one is. Oh, Ken, I got that one for you. And then you've got ornaments for Christmas and a Christmas tree.
Yes, I do. So like I said, how I was doing the egg. For Easter, I then decided to do the pumpkin, the ornament, so that'll be filled, and then I'm doing a tall Christmas tree that's just for fun. That's just kind of a little.
Now I know we have some pictures actually I would like to show because it does have a good picture of those collections you just talked about.
Absolutely.
We've got what is it called, the Harvest Collection.
The Harvest
and that's kind of what we're seeing right now, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then then you have a holiday, a holiday, and then what?
Valentine.
And then you go on to Valentine's.
Yeah, exactly. So so then for the holidays, the flavors change. So I'm taking like the Gucci Daddy truffle will be in it that we made.
Right, and that's kind of a fig base, right?
Yes. Well, it's exactly, and the warm spices.
I mean, the tastes were just amazing, and you could taste everything you said you put in there. So
yes.
Okay, so there's the harvest collection with everything. Okay, and then the next one we can see Christmas and all those. I mean, so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, we were there yesterday, and she's like, "Well, this process takes a while," and I'm thinking, "How do you get these things out the door?" All right, and then you've got
time management.
It totally is, man. You got to get that stuff going. I can just imagine what it must look like when you're on a roll. We've got a couple events that are coming up, and you're out of the Hood Kitchen Space.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm in Costa Mesa, the Hood Kitchen Space. It's an artisan shared kitchen, of which I have a permanent kitchen.
And it's awesome.
I just moved in.
It looks great. And so you've got Meet the Makers Night. Now this is really cool because every artisan that's there, not just artisan, but bake and cook are going to be there, and you can go for free on November 14th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's kind of a first come, first serve thing.
Yep,
so if they run out, they run out. And then you have a Thanksgiving pop-up shop, and then you have a holiday pop-up shop.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And all that'll be on my website, and have fun indulging through my website.
Yeah, you guys are going to want to go over. And so if you want to know anything about it, you just go to valenzachocolatier.com.
Absolutely.
Right? All right, well, you're so wonderful to come on.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
I'm going to be eating seeing all of this. So bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll be right back after this.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, and myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning, and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I am so pleased to welcome you to JTV. We're a 24/7 home shopping network focused exclusively on jewelry and gemstones. And because we believe every woman deserves to be lifted up, we love to help her sparkle, keep her informed, and make her smile. Our viewer is passionate about jewelry and gemstones, and we share her passion. Because of that, she keeps coming back, making us one of the top retailers in the United States. We sell extraordinary products at extraordinary prices. Welcome to JTV.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 40 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make new friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit our office at Clubhouse 4 or anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
Over the past 20 years, BreastLink has successfully treated thousands of women across Southern California. Our doctors like Dr. Lisa Curcio have helped women overcome numerous health challenges with her experience, compassion, and the high quality of care she gives to every patient. Dr. Curcio is also a breast cancer survivor. She offers patients the newest and most effective surgical treatment options. Doctors like Dr. Curcio are the reason BreastLink delivers the care you deserve with the quality you expect. Whether you need us now or later, we're always here.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Welcome back. Joan Milliman is here with Robert's Rules, and we know she always has some interesting rules to go over. And today is no exception, but I want to point out this book. I like it. I was saying, okay, is it kind of like a Cliff Notes? And she goes, sort of, right? I mean, this is great one. It's called Robert's Rules Simplified.
Right, that was written in the 1930s.
Oh, gosh.
And this was a series of essays in the Christian Science Monitor.
Oh.
And it clarifies a lot of the stuff.
Right.
In Robert's Rules.
Okay.
And our meeting is coming up this Saturday at 9 o'clock in the Towers, and I want to mention that right up front because so you have a little chart, but
I do. I have a little chart.
It may not be on the screen, which is fine.
No, that's okay.
Today we're going to talk about a new set of rules of motions.
Oh, okay.
There's a third class of motions. We have the main motion, which everybody knows as the original proposition that's placed before a group to make a decision on, do some action.
Right.
Then besides that, we have subsidiary motions. I'm using the technical terms, but these motions deal with the main motion. Either they refine it, they clarify it, they amend it, or sometimes they send it back to committee for more work. But today we're going to talk about privileged motions, which relate to the conduct of the meeting itself, or it deals with the rights of a member or members.
Okay.
So if you and I will check this silly chart.
Okay, we'll go down the chart.
So at the top there are 5 privileged motions. Fix the time to which to adjourn. And the next motion is adjourn. The third one would be to take a recess. Then there's questions of privilege, and there's a group of those. and finally calling for the orders of the day.
Okay.
So all 5 of those are what we call privileged motions. Why are they called privileged motions? Because they have the privilege of interrupting the discussion of a pending question in order that the assembly can decide a question of greater importance at that moment.
Huh. So, okay, so give me an example for fixed time to which to adjourn. So what would that mean?
Okay, so even though you may have said we're going to adjourn, some groups don't have a regular meeting. All right, so if you adjourn, you may not know when you're going to come back.
Oh, okay.
And so in order to clarify that, you say, let's fix the time we're coming back.
Oh, okay, so when you come back.
So,
okay, I got it.
And
All
notice that that's the top in this order. These are ordered in importance.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They're ranked.
Okay.
So
the top being the most
important.
Okay.
So you need to know when you're coming back.
Yes,
Unless,
that's true. Especially if there's
scheduled.
Open business and things that haven't been resolved. Okay.
All right. And you'll notice none of these privilege motions are debatable.
Oh.
You're either going to do it or you're not.
And who gets to do those?
Okay. Well, who gets to do those? Now, the first 3 fixed time to adjourn and take a recess. Someone has to say, I move we take a recess.
Okay.
And it has to have a second.
Okay.
And then the vote. You don't have to debate it.
Okay.
You're either going to do it or you're not.
Okay.
And then the next group of questions of privilege, that might be, well, maybe it's too hot in the room, or maybe you can't hear the speaker. And you'll notice in our meetings, we often say, microphone.
Oh, okay.
That is a motion of privilege, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because we can't hear the speaker, they need to turn the microphone on.
Okay.
Does it have to be recognized? Not really. In those cases, you call out. The room is too hot, and the president will deal with it, or the chair. You don't have to have a vote on those motions.
Okay. All right.
And you don't have to have a vote for calling for the orders of the day. If somehow we've gotten off the topics or we're not right on the time that we should be, person can call for orders of the day.
Okay.
Meaning let's follow the time schedule, let's follow the agenda that we have.
Right. Okay.
Another motion which isn't on this, but it's also considered a motion that can interrupt is point of order.
Oh, okay.
But in that case, the chair recognizes the person who made that point of order and says, what is your point of order?
Oh.
And they say, and they, again, doesn't have to be voted on, but the chair has the privilege of saying whether you are in order to say that or not.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And if the body doesn't agree with that, they can say, I appeal the orders of the chair.
I swear, I would need like a guideline to know what to say, what to do. I mean, you must have that. Oh, there you've got one. Oh, good. See?
We have these handy dandy
the
little
cheater charts.
A cheater chart from and
oh, that's perfect.
It's good. So you can see on this chart, when you can when you want to do something, when you want to enforce the rules, you say point of order.
Oh, great.
Can it interrupt? Yes.
Oh.
Does it require a second? No. Is it debatable? No. Can it be amended? No.
Hey man, I wish I would have had that when I was doing National Charity League stuff, because boy.
Well, this is available online.
Oh, it is.
From Jim Slaughter, and actually all of the board members are going to receive.
That's a great idea. Great idea.
Although it doesn't get all 81 motions, it gets the main ones.
Right.
And so we know what to do.
Okay, good. And then let's talk about the subsidiary motions, and what do those mean?
Well, the subsidiary motions change the main motion. So you see down the column on the left, it says main mo.
Main mo, okay.
That's the main motion. And a person can move to lay it on the table. Okay. And even though that motion is there, that laying on the table, it has a higher rank. And so therefore, you lay it on the table and everything stops.
Wow.
So it's like, well, of course it has to be voted on.
Right, right.
And the same with, maybe you want to close debate. So we've heard people calling for the question. That's not the way it's done.
Right.
They say, I move the question, then you have to have a second, then you have to vote on it, and that requires a 2/3 vote, because it interrupts your right to debate.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So let's just
go
read the rest of them, and then I want to make sure we have time to talk about your meeting.
Oh,
so
that's okay.
let's just run through the rest. So closed debate.
Closed debate, limit or extend the debate. You know,
Oh,
in
you can do
Robert's
that.
rules,
Okay.
in the actual book, they say everybody has 12 minutes.
Oh.
Can you imagine? Everybody, 10 people, 12 minutes each?
That'd be forever.
So usually, we limit it naturally, but you can move to limit the debate to, say, 3 minutes.
Oh, okay,
for
good.
each
Oh, that's
speaker,
good.
something
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
And then you can postpone the motion to a definite time.
Okay.
By doing that, there may be a reason for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a speaker, you have to postpone it.
Okay.
Or we can refer it to committee. When you refer it to a committee, everything else stops on that motion.
Okay. Okay.
And you can move to amend it.
Okay.
And you vote on the amendment before you vote on the main motion.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And postpone indefinitely is a nasty one, but you can postpone indefinitely, and that kind of kills the motion, but only for that time.
Oh, okay, good.
So it can be brought back later.
Yeah.
And
Well-
there are motions for that. So it's not fair to just say,
Yeah.
you know,
Well-
sometimes it's necessary, but.
Well, if they're going on and on and on, maybe you can just postpone it that way. Okay, well,
Right.
good. Well, let's talk about your meeting. So the meeting is this Saturday,
This
November
Saturday.
10th.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
good.
at 9 a.m. and that is in the Towers Key Club room, right?
Correct, on the
Okay,
second
great.
floor.
So November 10th at 9 a.m.
We always have good discussions, but we're going to present the.
And then are you going to present this little chart? Because I think this thing's awesome.
Well, we always have the chart.
Oh, you do anyway,
We
but
do.
everybody's going to get one though soon, right?
Well.
Okay. Well, I like it. Well, thank you so much for all the information.
Yeah,
like I said, I wish I would have had one of these.
Oh, yeah, they're helpful.
All right, thank you.
Thanks so much, Lisa.
And I like this. This is called the Parliamentary Motions Guide. So if you guys go, make sure it's 9 o'clock at the Towers for Robert's Rules meeting. We'll be right back.
#1 choice for wood flooring and more is LA Carpet.
Now during their 2-day sale, visit their showroom now and get 65% off wood flooring, laminate, and waterproof flooring.
Plus, get 5-year, 0% financing.
#1 for you.
Hi, I'm Wendy Miller, your Laguna Woods real estate professional. Have you been looking for a realtor?
Wendy Miller helped me through the challenging process of real estate here in Laguna Woods. She was helpful, she was fun, she was professional. I really recommend her.
Whether you're thinking of buying, selling, downsizing, or even relocating within Laguna Woods, I am your real estate professional and can help guide you through the entire process. Give me a call and I'll help you make the right move.
Friday's movie is Ant-Man and the Wasp. So that's going to be a little bit different than the last time. He comes back and he's now joined by the Wasps. Scott Lang is grappling with the consequences of his choices as both a superhero and a father. Approached by Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym, Lang must once again don the anti-Ant-Man suit and fight alongside the Wasp. The urgent mission soon leads to secret revelations from the past as a dynamic duo finds itself in an epic battle against a powerful new enemy. Grab your popcorn and get ready for this action-packed fun movie. It has Paul Rudd again and Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, and Michael Pena. So that'll be Friday at 2 and 7 p.m. And as I told you earlier in our show, that the weather is looking pretty good. We've got 70s across the board all week with a few winds that might pop up. And in the low 50s or mid 50s for the evenings. We've got some really good weather, mostly sunny too. I don't think we're going to have too many clouds, maybe a little fog in the mornings, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. 79.55 for Thursday, 82.50 Friday, 78.50 for Saturday, and beautiful on Sunday, 77.51, and sunny and mild on Monday, 78.52. And then around town, beaches are looking pretty nice, you know, not so bad, 77. South OC 84, San Diego 76. The surprising one was Big Bear, 49.25, and then Palm Springs 81.59. And then on tomorrow's show, we are going to have Sterling Financial will be with us, United Update, Video Club, and then UCI Drama. They're going to be having a special play, a musical that they're going to be performing. So have a great day in the Village, and we will see you tomorrow.
Play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From our delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.